Goal setting. Anyone set any goals this season? Anyone set any goals at all? Excellent. Oh, half a hand up. You know. I need 3 volunteers to come out the front, up on the stage. Come on, come out. 3 volunteers, quick. Okay, guys. I want to introduce the new Australian under 16 ball catching team going to the Manchester Olympics. I'm the coach. Tom's the counter. Very important job, Tom. Right. Spread out a bit, boys. I'm going to throw this ball to you. And I want you to throw it backwards and forwards. When I say start, because I'm the coach. Listen to the coach. I want you to count every time it comes back. Let's go. Yeah, go. Stop. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom, how many? That's what I asked on the coach. I want to know how many did he catch?
Which one, that guy?
Yeah.
5.
Did you hear my instructions?
Yeah, 5.
Oh, 5. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm a hard coach. I didn't say I was a very good coach. I'm a hard coach. 5? You guys from the Australian ball catching team, you catch 5? Absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. Now, what I want to do, you three come over here. I want you to work out. And the only advice I'll give you is to why we stand so far apart. Okay. Right. Hang on, guys, come back. Why are we standing so far apart? Yeah. Now, did everyone notice, guys, I didn't give them any instructions, I just said throw the ball. Terrible. Again? This big tall one. Ready? Go. Don't use a negative motivation, so don't go with a negative motivation. So the idea is to catch it as quickly as you can. Thank you. Thanks, boys. You can sit down now. Now, guys, what we saw there was a clear demonstration. There was no instruction given. I just said throw the ball to each other. How did they know I was supposed to get the ball quickly? So I explained it to them. What did you guys talk about there when you got together?
How we needed to get closer together.
Yeah, try a bit quicker. Would you call that a plan? Did you make a plan? Yeah. That's all goal setting is, guys. People have this fear of setting goals. I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to fail achieving it, therefore goal setting is bad. I want to stay away from it, because if I don't set a goal, how can I fail? But a goal is very simple. It's just a plan. It's like building a house. You need to have a plan to look at it and say, okay, we'll put this concrete slab down, we'll build the frame, then we'll put the roof on. We don't put the roof on first. So let's go back to who set goals. I've asked you guys, no one set a goal. No one at all has set a goal for this cricket season. You have? Yep. Would you like to share it with me? So I get in the ones.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else got a goal? Yep. Improve on my batting and bowling every week. Okay. Yes? Get a wicket a game. Okay. Yeah, one more. Get a higher score than 30. Now guys, I don't want to deflate you. But listen, young man, you set a goal of getting in the first. Oh, sorry, wrong guy. Twins, eh? I set a goal of being in first. let me ask you this. How will you feel if the 11 or 12 guys that are in the first are playing outstanding cricket and you don't get in there? Even though you haven't achieved your goal? What the mistake people make with goal setting is they set outcome goals. And what I've heard from those 4 guys around the room are all outcome goals. We can't control the outcome. You want to get a wicket every game? Stop moving. Okay, you want to get a wicket every game. You're bowling really good. You hit the batsman in front on the pads. He's plump. The umpire doesn't give it out. The umpire's got cross eyes, he doesn't give it out. Someone else wants to score 30. Rain affects the game. You're left stranded. You've got your batsmen at the other end keep getting out. You can't set goals that are outcome. You need to have a dream goal. Who wants to play for Australia here? Or play for New South Wales? I know I'd like to. I know I was playing cricket, I would love to play for New South Wales or Australia. That's fine. You've got to have a dream goal, but you've got to back it up with what we call process goals. Guys, everyone, we'll get a sheet handed to them. Guys, you want to improve your cricket? It's the same. We've got to be taking steps. If you want something this season that you didn't have last season, we've got to do something a little bit different. And if it's our mental approach to it, well, this is where it starts. Might have been our motivation last year that held us back. It might have been not having clear goals. Oh, that goal setting, that's no good. So I don't want to do that because my goals, I never achieve them. It's because you're setting them incorrectly. Got some guys here that are going in to do the HSC next year. You know, plan it. Have some goals for that. But you've got to pick goals that you have control over. The score 29 or score 30. What do you have to do?
Improve my batting.
Improve your batting.
Yeah.
Give me how.
Improving on the strokes and wicket.
Righto. What's the stroke you work at?
Cut shot.
Cut shot. Okay. So, a statement of your goal would be not to improve your cut shot, but to work on your cut shot. Because when you say improve what? You want to play it like Ricky Conning or Steve Waugh played his cut shot?
No.
You know, where does improvement, or Bradman? Where does improvement, you know, see, it's a very open word, but work on my cut shot. What's the advantage for you? And on this template, it's got it all laid out for you. So work on my cut shot. What is the advantage for you? Work on your cut shot. Because you're not going to set a goal to do something unless there's some payback for you. So what's the advantage for you? Sorry? Guys, come on, if you want to...
More runs.
More runs, that's right. You'll become stronger in that area. By scoring more runs, does that mean you've got an opportunity to play at a higher level?
Yeah.
Selectors. What do selectors look for? Consistent run scoring. So there's going to be payback for you. Down here, there's obstacles. What's an obstacle that's going to prevent you from working on your cut shot?
Giving up too easily.
Giving up too easily, okay. That's an obstacle. What's the strategy you're going to put in place?
I don't know.
Robert.
Okay. Why would you give up too easily?
Just because you're not playing well enough.
Yeah, okay. So your self-belief might be something that comes into question. So if that's a strategy, if that's an obstacle, giving up too easy, you've got to have a strategy in place to say, well, okay, I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to work on it for 10 minutes a day. So for every obstacle that comes in here, you've got to find a strategy. If you're a fast bowler and you've got a problem with your shoulder, let's say a rotor cuff, and you know that's an issue, that's an obstacle. I've got a bad shoulder. What's the strategy you're going to put in place for that? Yeah? Physiotherapy, strap it, warm up, stretch it, do all the things. So don't just leave it here in your mind to focus on, I'm going to work on that later. You need to write it down. Guys, if you're serious about improving your cricket, there should be 20 of these written out and stuck around your bedroom. or somewhere where you're going to be focusing on it all the time to improve my cricket. It's with your study, with any part of life, you've got to have a plan. You can't just leave it to, oh well, she'll be right type of attitude, because it won't work. The best performers in the world have plans. But remember, don't have an outcome, go for the process. And that process down here in these last columns is, if I want to work on the cut shot, well, how am I going to do it? I'm going to get someone to, lob balls for me to practice my cut shot. I'm going to hit off a batting tee, whatever. You've got to be more specific about how you want to do it, and you've got to time it. No good saying I want to be better and work on my cut shot. By the time I'm 45, I've mastered it. It's too long a time span. Realistically, by the end of the season, if you worked and followed a set plan, would your cut shot be better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you making a true decision to do it, or are you making a preference?
True decision.
True decision. Beautiful. So those sheets will be handed out after we finish chatting today. But it's very easy to sit there and just ignore it and say, I'm not going to bother filling it out. But if you want to be the best possible player you can be, you've got to be giving yourself feedback. You've got to be looking at what do I want to improve. As a bowler, what can I control? You can't control the amount of wickets you're going to get in a game, but what you can control is the place on the pitch where you're going to put the ball. That's all you can control. I spoke with Jeffrey Lawson, and he showed a video of Viv Richards, the great West Indian batsman, smashing Jeff Lawson, Steve Waugh and Merv Hughes everywhere around the park, with Bellingham, right in the Melbourne cricket ground. And I said to Jeff Lawson, well, what did you do? And he looked at me and he said, what could we do? We couldn't do anything apart from bowl to our plan. That's all he had control over. Putting the ball in that spot. If Viv Richards was prepared to come down the wicket to Merv Hughes and hit him back over his head, Merv couldn't control it. Merv just had to stick with his plan. And if you've got clear and concise goals set out about your game, about your training, about your performance, it makes it so much easier to go back to it. Because you've been writing it down and going over it and over it and over it. Don't leave it to chance. Because if you're just going to leave it up here, when the pressure's on, and when Viv Richards is going after you or a batsman's going after you, you'll fall to pieces. And it happens at every level of cricket. Whether you're playing for Australia, or you're playing, school cricket. If you don't take control of the situation, when you dictate to it, it will dictate to you, and will take away the pleasure of playing. So, out of this room, how many of you guys are now going to set a process goal about your cricket for this season? Everyone. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so now we know the difference between negative motivation and positive motivation. Negative motivation takes us towards what we don't want to happen. Positive motivation takes us to what we do want to happen. We now understand that if we set goals, we've got to be specific when we set it, and we've got to set it on a process, not an outcome, because we can't control the outcome.